Hey babes. Wait, I'm in focus, right? I hope so. Okay. Getting back into anime again, out of my Western phase after I finished Parks and Rec, which I finished it. I don't know if I've already talked about it or not yet, but I finished it and it felt like the ending was a bit anti-conclusive, as in it wasn't conclusive. Like, it felt conclusive, like the last episode was good, but I don't know, it was weird because like you see the endings and futures of all the characters, right? But it's like in an order, so by the time I reach the end, I've totally forgotten who the first two characters' endings were. And I'm like, wait, what was it again? And I feel like I have to go back, but I just can't be bothered. So it was a good ending, but I don't know, just the way they formatted it was a bit poor. I think it would have been better if they formatted it where like it showed the progress of each of them bit by bit, and then the endings all in a row at the very end. I reckon that would have been more satisfying. Could be just me though. Sorry if that was spoilers for you, by the way, for Parks and Rec viewers. Get over it, I guess. Wasn't really much of a spoiler. It's a pretty obvious thing to say. At the end, they showed the futures of all the characters. Blah 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 blah. Anyway, back into my anime phase now. Trying to get through all the watching list on my mail that I've had for ages. I just finished Psycho Pass, and I'm now watching ReZero. Psycho Pass, I would say, I give it an 8 out of 10 for both seasons. The second season though felt like an over, but like a season. Like the entire season is an over episode of the initial season, because it's missing main characters, for reasons I don't want to say the spoiler show. And it's also because it doesn't really end properly. I can't really explain it without spoiling it, I guess, but I will say that it's worth viewing if you're an avid anime viewer, especially if you like dark and gruesome shit, because it's very, I wouldn't say it's as brutal as, for example, Redo Healer, or, it's not as brutal as Redo Healer, but it's just as brutal as ReZero. But I think Psycho Pass does it in a lot more realistic, dark manner than ReZero. Oh my god, so many re's and redos and you know what I'm saying though, right? It's dark, it's good, it's gory, it's brutal, interesting characters, good plot. The only thing is that it doesn't feel very conclusive and well put together it feels well put together, but the conclusion doesn't feel satisfying. I'll say that. That's what pushed me down to giving it an 8 over like a 9 or a 10. Finally started watching ReZero part 2 of it. Part 2 of ReZero season 2. And I've been loving it. It's a lot of backstory stuff, which I'm really appreciating, because finally we know more about Otto and Garfield. I'm gonna call him Garfield. He's basically Garfield. He's like literally a giant orange cat, right? He could turn into a giant orange cat. He's basically Garfield. Don't tell me that's a coincidence. And what's her name? Whoever, I forgot her name. Subaru's girlfriend, the bitch that he loves. Right, we're seeing her backstory and stuff like that, right? So, seen like 4 episodes of the first, just the first 4 episodes so far. And I'm curious on when, I forgot how to pronounce his name, Betelgeuse? Goose. I'm just gonna call him Goose. The green guy with the, invisible hand, I think his ability was called, the, Archbishop of Sloth. The guy that was killed in the first season. Like the main antagonist of the first season, basically. Anyway, I'm excited to find out what happens to him and when he goes crazy. I think I'm going to witness it in the next episode, probably. But yeah, out of the anime topic, I might try and do an animation style that Joel Haver does. I might attempt it. No promises on it working, but I might attempt it in future green screen vids. Because I think that'll be a nice little experiment and it could be really fun. If it doesn't work out, if I don't like it, I'll just go back to the usual green screen stuff, right? I won't do it to my Halo one, but for the future ones, I might do it. I'll at least try it. He's also kind of inspired me to start working on the Halo one again. No promises on when it'll get done because I gotta catch up on my internship stuff because I've been busy procrastinating on it. I've been procrastinating on it for so long now, and it's mainly because of the fact that the work that I've been given, its due date is like okay, let's say I have to edit tons of episodes, right? But each episode comes out, one episode comes out per week. So I literally don't even have to touch them because I've already done a few for a couple of weeks before I've actually got to start working on them before they have to be done by, right? If that makes sense. I can't word this any better. I'm terrible at wording things. Okay, these episodes just have later due dates, and therefore I don't have any sensibility to do them now because of the fact that they're not due yet. So therefore I don't feel obliged to work on them yet because I don't need to, nor am I getting paid to. But I want to and I have to so I can get my 80 hours done. And I'm procrastinating it like an absolute baby and an idiot. For example, those 4 artworks I did, which 3 of them I'm pretty happy with. I'm pretty proud of the 3 I did. Wait, was it 3? Yeah, 3 out of 4. The one I didn't like was the boring cat one. Cat 1. The second cat one, cat 2, I'm pretty happy with that one. The Scooby-Doo one, I'm pretty happy with that one. The Jujutsu Kaisen one, I'm pretty happy with that one. But yeah, anyway. Procrastinating internship stuff and I need to get working on that crap. Now, like pronto. What else has happened recently? Alright, Kimber, my cat, well not my cat, family cat, has had more kittens, and I don't know if I've talked about how she's a slut, but basically she's a hillbilly slut, and I say hillbilly slut because basically, I don't know how many times she's had a litter, like 7 times, maybe 6 times. We haven't been keeping count, because why would we? Anyway, she's had 2 kittens now. They both seem pretty healthy, but based on previous litters, for we know, they could start aging and like they could start as they start reaching a couple weeks old. We might start noticing that they're actually quite weak and they'll die. That's happened twice, I think, with her litters, and it's because of Coco. And Coco's a previous litter of hers, and he's the one that keeps on impregnating her, and therefore, the similar genes, I think it is causing some of them to be born rather weak because, well, and with conditions, because of the fact that it's ancestral, and therefore their genes are too similar, and stuff like that, right? So, until like Kimber wants him to, he just fucking does it because he's the boss. He's the dominant boss. But yeah. So yeah, she's had 2 kittens. And I realized, I witnessed one of them being born, without even noticing actually. Because she just let out a cry once and then she did like a somersault. She was like sitting on her head and then like the baby was born. And I didn't even notice it was born until I heard its meows. So yeah, it was weird. She's just like become a pro at it. Like she does it in one trigger pull. She pops her baby out because she's done it so many times. She just learnt the technique to it. The technique is to do a somersault, ladies. Ladies, do a somersault and your baby will come out with ease. Sit on your head. Do it while doing a handstand. Come on. Get together, do it. It's genius. But yeah, basically that's the gist for this week, guys. Joel Haver inspiration, procrastination, getting back into anime, and cats somersaulting during pregnancy.